So there's a couple of issues here. I changed it. Look at this. I changed that today because the bolt was all a bit slack there. And look, that's a lovely new flail head. I thought while I'm doing it, I'll put a new flail on. And look at the difference. So you can see how worn that is compared with that sort of sharp edge, sharp to the bottom. And that's worn, isn't it? So I need to, I definitely need to get the angle grinder on these and sharpen them. Now I don't know whether, look at that, that's really blunt, isn't it? No wonder I'm not leaving a very tidy edge. Whether I'll have time to do that, I might do that this afternoon. Don't know. Yeah, well, came back for lunch, and you know what? I've decided actually while I'm back here, although I should be out in the field, I think I better sharpen these blades, as I said, these flails, not blades. So I'm going to just give them a bit of a, I'm going to give them a bit of a tickle with the angle grinder. Not a big job. Let's get this out of the way, and then at least it'll be do a better job when I get back along the field. Right, I've got my grinder. Get on grinder. No, don't Google that. Right. Right. So I need to get my goggles. Obviously, this is a bit of a tricky job. I've done it a few times before. I've basically got to. There we go. I've got to hold these with the mole grips. Let me just put that down there a minute. So, got to close those off. I don't want to unbolt them all. There you go, right. So what I'm basically doing is, you can see there, I've gripped them with the mole grips. So with one hand I'm going to hold that, the other I'm going to grind that a bit flatter. I don't need to put an edge on there. It looks like at one point I decided to edge them like that, which is a bit of a mistake because that new one, where is it, here, it's obviously completely flat on the bottom. I didn't really realise probably when I was doing it, right? So I need to grind that quite well. Let's have a go. Ooh, these are nice and dirty, so I actually can't see out of them. Everything on this farm is dirty. Right, let's have a look now. Okay, can you see that all right? This isn't any good. Let's move that around there a little bit. Yeah, well, let me just take that off there. I'm not entirely happy about this. It's obviously, maybe it's the case that they're so worn now that they're too thick at the ends to get a proper. I think I'm probably going to have to just do an angle on there and have a point, because I think I've lost too much metal. I don't know. To get back to there, to get that edge on there, I've got to take a hell of a chunk of metal off, look, all the way there, which if you look at these, they're worn, aren't they? Very worn. You know, ultimately I'll probably need to buy some, maybe I'll get another season out of these, then I think I'm gonna have to buy a new flails. I think that's probably the answer. All right, let's do one more and then we'll see how we go with all these. That's a lot to do. I think that's better. Well, they're better than they were. Let's have a look. Let's call it that. That's right, I'm going to get on and do all these. We'll have a look when I've done a few more. Oh, I'm about halfway through now. I'll tell you what, it hurts on your wrist doing this. I think in the ideal world, what you do is you unbolt them each one and take them off and put them on a bench grinder and do them like that. You get a much better finish, but I'm doing it with the disc grinder. It's not so good. Right, I'm going to lift this up, do the bottom half now, and then we'll see what it looks like at the end. Not so easy now, I've lifted it up. What I might do is do the bottom ones and then drop it down a bit, I think. Flat battery. What a cock up. So, I'm on my old Ryobi grinder. Somehow I've managed to mislay the other two spare batteries. I was just taking the one off here to put on charge. I don't know where the other two batteries are. I'm really annoyed about that. One might be inside, but I don't know what I've done with it. So I'm missing a Ryobi battery, at least one. So I've managed to do these down here. Let's have a look. Grind that one. I've done I've done the top half of the, or the far side of the grinder, of the hedger. Look, that is actually pretty sharp now. I'm quite pleased with that. These definitely, you can see the difference. That's all rounded. That ain't going to do a lot. That's going to be loads better. How frustrating. So I'm not going to be able to do any more grinding on here today. Do you know what? I put it somewhere safe, haven't I? I put it somewhere safe. Now, where's that safe place? There's a Ryobi battery with my name on it, and it's sat around in a shed somewhere with. Do you ever do that? You know, you put something somewhere safe, and then you let me forget where that safe place is. Right. Anyway, I'm gonna crack on now. But that's half a job done, which is always annoying. I don't like leaving things half finished. I like to be done. Let's go in the workshop, the junk shop workshop. Where the hell is that battery? If any of you know where my battery is, please tell me. No rude answers. A Ryobi battery for a grinder. What have I done with it? They're quite expensive as well. You don't really want to lose them. I bought some cheap Chinese knockoff ones once, but they're rubbish. They don't last very long. I wouldn't buy them again. And the real ones are dear. But so I got one battery for the grinder, which is no good. You need at least a couple, because when something goes flat, you want to have the other one charging while you're working, or you want three really. Right. Anyway, I'm cracking on. Bit of a job done today.